Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Pop Predictions. I'm Sean.
I'm Alex.
And today we're going to be talking about Avengers EndGame.
A lot of stuff being thrown around in terms of what we're going to see in this movie that we thought that we would just sit down and sort of pick some things out and talk about what we think is going to happen.
So, like, this movie is going to be... It's
unprecedented.
Easy to say. Yeah, it's easy to say. It's the most... anticipated movie of the year. I think it's easy to say.
Or
that.
maybe like even of all time. Like, in terms of anticipation.
Yeah.
Like this is a 10-year. So what other franchise can really say that in a way where it builds the way that the MCU does?
And considering how many movies there have been, and considering that the Infinity War came out almost a year ago, and we've had to wait this long, it's just like I just can't wait. I'm looking forward to sitting in the theater for 3 hours, multiple times, to be honest.
I'm hoping I get like an intermission for a bathroom break.
That's not gonna happen. No. That's why you see it multiple times, so you know, like, oh, that was a good time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna pretty much talk about what our predictions are, who's gonna live, who's gonna die. But the first thing we're gonna talk about is obviously what Hollywood is most concerned about: the box office.
Money.
Money. All right. So I got here. So Avengers Infinity War has the record for biggest open weekend in obviously the United States at $257,698,183 and some cents maybe.
Yeah.
Do we think EndGame is going to break that?
Absolutely.
Yes, I think so too.
I do, because of all the hype of Infinity War. People who maybe are not into the franchise may have gotten caught up and are like, what is all the hype about? Like, why is everybody talking about Infinity War? Why is everybody talking about Endgame? I do feel that, so you're going to get some new fans. Yes. I really do think so. And you're also going to get more repeat viewings, I think, because this is like sort of the end of the line before they move on to the next, the Avengers team. Yeah,
me too, because I think a lot, we got new fans from Infinity War. Like, so people were just like, what's this? What's going on? Like, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out, and then like that made them want to watch the other movies. So I'm sure in the year's time between the two movies, a lot of people that weren't into it, at all or not as much, have become more invested in it.
Yeah.
So when now Endgame comes around, there's gonna be like people like, all right, now I'm ready for Endgame, or people now still gonna be like, well, I didn't care about that Infinity War thing, but what is this Endgame thing now? So I think we are gonna see new fans. So I think it will break the record. Do you want to give a prediction about what number you think?
Oh my God, are we doing that? Okay, and then we can. What do you owe me then if I get it right?
A glass of wine.
Oh, just one? All right.
Okay, a bottle of wine.
Woo!
If you come close.
Okay, my number is going to be 261.
261? Okay. So you're saying it's barely beating it. So is that 257?
I'm just, keeping it real. Just make it interesting, Because I have a feeling you're going to maybe say something a little higher than that.
Yeah, I am definitely going higher. So my number is going to be 285.
Yeah. That probably sounds more like
if you consider the numbers that they've been talking about, how Fandango broke.
Oh yeah.
So Endgame broke Fandango's record for most sales.
It also
in
broke
24
Fandango.
hours. Yeah,
it also broke
Fandango on Amazon. It broke them all. So they're the record that Infinity War had, Endgame broke in 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking a lot of people are gonna go see this open weekend because they don't want it spoiled for them. So if there was a rush to see Infinity War, I think it's almost double that with Endgame, because the way Endgame leaves us, obviously, there's a lot of questions, and you don't want someone to spoil the answer for you. So I think that's why the internet pretty much broke when the tickets went on sale. All right, so you're at 261, I'm 285. Now, do we think it will break the worldwide record, which Avengers Infinity War has at 640,521,291 million and some cents.
Right, for opening weekend.
For opening weekend worldwide. So everything inclusive.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to break it.
Yeah, I do too. Considering in China, it sold like a million tickets.
China loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah, China
really
is invested big time in Avengers. So do you want to give a number? So the old record was 640.
Okay. Well, I'll be conservative again. Maybe let's just say 670.
670. Okay, you're being very conservative. I'm gonna be very aggressive. I'm gonna say this is gonna do over 800 million.
Woo!
Yes, 800 million opening weekend worldwide.
Guys, that's so much money.
That's so much money.
If everyone just put that money towards solving world hunger, it would be. I mean.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes I see numbers like that, and I'm just like.
I know. I mean, we're talking about some crazy numbers, but this movie is going to do crazy numbers. Yeah. Okay, so foreign, so minus America. Fate of the Furious actually has this record. So 443,150,534. Will Avengers EndGame beat that? I think it obviously will, considering what we just both said.
Yeah, I think so. I do think so. I find it interesting that Fate of the Furious holds that record.
Well, I mean, a lot of that stuff is about when all those China and when they. Because a lot of times movies open differently at different times. So with this movie, a lot of them are going to be opening at the exact same time. So with that being said, and everything we kind of talked about, I think they're going to blow past 443. Yeah. There's not even a question about that. All right. Do we think the 3-hour runtime is going to have an effect on obviously, we think it's going to do well, but do we think that's going to be a hindrance on people repeat viewing?
Right. No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I mean,
if you're already, let's say it was a 2-hour movie, an hour and a half movie, you would go see it again regardless if you're that much of a fan. I don't feel like if it's an hour and a half and you're like, that was mediocre. Yeah. It's just not gonna matter. You're still gonna get the same fans who are going to see it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, considering there's 1 a.m. showings that are sold out opening weekend. You're coming out of that movie 4:00 in the morning.
I mean, also consider
later than that. It's crazy.
I mean, also consider, we're going to talk about this a little bit, but consider how crazy the story may actually get in terms of you might need to see it again in order to understand what the heck happened,
or just get over your your emotional state of mind after seeing whatever happened.
It's like when I went to see Electric Light Orchestra in concert and I cried through the whole thing and I had to go see him again because I didn't hear a single song because I was just crying. Yeah. Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of emotions going on. I've already planned to see it twice opening weekend. Probably more so after that, just because I think there's going to be a lot going on.
Yeah, you want to get the full picture, and I just don't think you're going to be able to by watching it just once.
No,
you're
because
there's pick up on things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's little nuances that you pick up. Yeah. But also is because a lot of the fanboys, even though I'm one of them, see it the first day. There's a lot of hoopla and I can't hear some of the dialogue when we're all laughing and I can't hear certain things.
It's gonna be a loud screening.
It's gonna be loud. So I like going to see it a couple. So it's that's the actual line after we were all yelling at that other line. That's the line that came after that. So I don't think the 3-hour runtime is gonna hurt it at all.
Nah.
At all. Okay. So we think it's going to do very well opening weekend. What about the run of it? Do we think it's possible that it will beat the all-time record that Avatar has at $2.787 billion? You know what I mean?
Avatar.
2.7 billion.
Does that include? Is that just in theaters? Does that include?
Yes.
Okay.
Just theaters.
Oh, that is such a big number. Avatar too, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna say no.
It won't.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Take my vote there.
It's hard to say yes, because 2.7 is a lot of money. A lot of money. And you have to remember back then, the reason it made a lot of money is because the 3D effect.
Oh yeah, I mean, it really was a phenomenon. Yeah. It was huge.
I think it'll come close. I mean, if it beat it, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think it will.
Yeah.
I would say I reserve judgment only once the opening weekend comes about. Because some people are actually predicting that the worldwide number might be close to $1 billion. So if that's right, then I would say yes, it has a very good chance of not only approaching Avatar, but maybe possibly beating it. But if it's closer to what I'm thinking, 800 million, and you might say, oh, that's only 200 million. That's a lot of money of a gap. So I would have to say I'm going to reserve judgment until we see opening weekend, but if I take a guess, I'm going to say it's going to fall short.
Okay, so we're in agreement on that.
We're in agreement on that. Yeah. All right. So now let's get to the actual meat of the movie. Let's predict
some meat.
So all the characters that we know are alive.
Okay.
Who's gonna make it out of the movie alive? All right.
All right. We got a list here.
Yeah, we got a list.
All right, let's do it.
So let's start with Iron Man.
Iron Man not gonna make it out alive.
I don't think he's gonna make it out alive either. Unfortunately, I mean, I love Iron Man. Obviously,
I just think his time has come to a close. Too. Yeah, I mean, his arc has really fully developed. He's contributed so much, and it would be like a perfect bittersweet ending for fans. I mean, I loved Iron Man when it came out.
Yeah,
and that was like 10 years. I can't believe it. So much time has
passed.
It's
been more than 10 years.
And and Robert Downey Jr. He is Iron Man. You know, but I think it's time.
I think it's time too. I think he'll make some noble sacrifice. What that sacrifice is, I don't know. Is that him putting on the gauntlet? We don't know. It's not really here to speculate on exactly how, but I think he is going to die, unfortunately. But my prediction will be that he will end up being in
Jarvis form.
He will be the new Jarvis for Peter.
That's what I was going to say.
So I predict that before the movie ends, because we know Peter obviously comes back as Spider-Man, he will be inside of Peter, of his suit. So, some way, shape, or form. So I think...
Yeah, I think he's not... he's a Force ghost now. He's a Jedi ghost. He's gonna become a Jedi ghost.
Yeah, because it's hard for me to believe that they will, for lack of a better word, divorce themselves from Robert Downey Jr. completely, considering all he's done for not only for the MCU, but just for superhero movies in general. Because 2008, when Iron Man came out, and the same year Dark Knight came out, the game changed. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, it definitely changed that year, and he's part of that. So for them to move completely away from him, it's hard for me to see. Yeah. So if he's still the voice of Peter's suit, he can still be involved. Not as much, obviously, but he can still be involved. Yeah. So I think that's going to be where he ends up going.
Cool.
All right. Thor.
I say that Thor will not make it. Thor's not going to make it.
I think he's not going to die, but I think what is going to end up happening with him is somehow after they beat Thanos, he's going to protect the Infinity Stones in whatever new Asgard that they end up creating. He's going to go there, and it's like, I'm going to make sure that something like this never happens again. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take the remaining of my people, which we'll talk about one of them later on, and go to this new place and create a new Asgard. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure that no one gets the Infinity Stones ever again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not as sure about Thor the way I am about Iron Man. Yeah. I could see something like that happening, but I could also see him, maybe not like dying, but, sort of like floating into gold dust, like Odin did, and then maybe becoming something else. Like a Lady Thor, maybe.
That's possible. It's possible.
Anything's possible.
I mean, who knows what they're going to do at this point? But I like that. I like that prediction. That's pretty interesting. Him kind of becoming something else, maybe like the new Odin in a sense. Yeah. Because he kind of is already. Yeah. But just taking it to another step forward is pretty much what you're saying. Yeah. Kind of what I'm saying too. All right. Captain America.
He's not going to make it. I don't think so.
No, he's not gonna make it.
Oh man, it's looking bleak so far, guys.
It's not looking good. Yeah, I don't think he's long for it either. Again, like Iron Man. Yeah. He's going to make a noble sacrifice to get everybody else who was in the snap out. Mm-hmm. Whatever that is. Yeah. Is another story, but
that'll be a very important moment too. I think when that happens, and like I said about Iron Man as well, I feel like his arc is sort of coming to a close in a way where that really is the only way he can end this story.
Because it'd be hard for me to see him retire, because when the world's in trouble again, and obviously we'll be in trouble again, it'd be hard for me to not see him sitting on the sidelines, not doing anything. Yeah. So I don't think he's gonna come back. It's hard for me to say that because I love Captain America the character, and I love Chris Evans playing him. The fact that we won't see that anymore saddens me in a way, but I feel like his character is gonna have a lot to do in this movie, And I think Kim and Tony will go out together because we saw in the trailer, obviously, them coming back together. Obviously, from what happened in Civil War, they're back together now. So I think they're going to make a sacrifice together.
Well, I mentioned this too when we saw the trailer where they shake hands. Like, do you trust me? I'm like, oh, they're both going to die. Because, like, it kind of wraps it up in a way.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you see that as a writing trope a lot, or at least, like, something that you put into a character arc where it's like, okay, you've forgiven, and you've forgotten, and now it's time to die.
Yeah, because I think that line will actually come into play more or less on what they know they'll have to do at the end of the day, at the end of the game, to get everybody back. I think they both understand that they'll have to do something that neither one of them will come back from, but that's what they have to do to undo what Thanos did.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I don't think Cap and Iron Man are going to come back. No. That saddens me. But moving on, Black Widow.
Black Widow. Oh, she's going to stick around.
I think so too. I can't
believe we agree on pretty much all these so far. We never agree on stuff.
Well, that's true, but I think for several reasons. Not just because her movie's coming out, because I think that's going to be
one factor, but
because I think they might do a prequel / where she is now, where she was.
Right, but it does hold a different weight, even if it is a prequel, if she's dead. You know what I mean? So like it would feel different.
It would. But I also think she's going to be also around to shepherd in everybody else who's going to be involved with the Avengers moving forward. So I think she's going to play a role in
like
that.
Like a leadership role.
Yeah, like a mentor type.
Not like at the front of the team.
No,
but like,
no. But like almost like I'm training you guys.
Here's
and
how
like,
we do this.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, we kind of saw that at the end of Age of Ultron when Cap and her were kind of like shepherding the new members. I think she's going to be shepherding like Captain Marvel and Spider-Man and things like that. And so I think she's going to be there as kind of a mother figure type for the Avengers, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's going to die, but I think she will stay around in that capacity.
Yeah, because she also is just a very practical person.
Yes.
She doesn't really go off on her emotions in a way that like a lot of the other characters do. Yeah. So I feel like she would be a really good foundation.
No.
Yeah.
Looking forward to when they fully announce her movie and what that's going to be about. Hopefully Hawkeye's in it. Crossing my fingers. All right. Obviously, we know Captain Marvel is in this movie.
Yeah.
Chances are she's going to survive. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
But my question more is she going to take the mantle of the leader of the Avengers in this movie? What do you think?
In this movie?
Yes.
I can't see that happening. I feel like there's going to be so much that we're going to be like mourning, and like just there's going to be so many emotions that it's going to be kind of difficult to really look forward that far.
Yeah.
I think she will be a leader in some scenarios, but I don't know if they're going to, put a medal on her and be like, well, you're our leader now type of thing. I can't really see that.
Not a medal, but I think...
I didn't literally mean a medal.
But I think they will not officially give her the title as the leader of Avengers, because that's not really a thing in the movies, but I think towards the end she will take a leadership role along with Black Widow in terms of being like the head of the Avengers going forward.
Yeah, maybe. I guess the only thing is that we only just got to meet her. And obviously we'll get to know her more in EndGame, but at the same time, there's a lot of characters, so I don't know if we're going to really feel ready for that. I don't know if we know her well enough yet.
True, but
I guess it could go either way.
But I think, however the movie plays out, I think whoever comes back, and obviously we know Nick Fury comes back, because we saw him, we know he's going to be in Far From Home, I think he will help shepherd her in to the Avengers, like say, hey guys, I know her. Like she is going to be a good resource. I named you guys after her. Yeah, basically. So I think he's going to help with that. Yeah. So I think by the end of the movie, she will not necessarily be the leader of the Avengers in title, but I think she will take along that mantle that Tony and Cap leave, and Thor leave aside. Yeah,
we'll see. It just depends on how they do it, I guess.
Sure,
is my point. So yeah, I guess it could go either way.
Yeah, I can go either way too. The Hulk.
Le Hulk. Yeah. I feel like he's gonna stick around.
Me too.
But I don't know if we're gonna see much of him anymore.
I think whatever his issues are with Banner, I think they're gonna get resolved.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I think if he stays around in the franchise, it's not gonna be the same Hulk. You know, I think he's gonna have like more basically what you're saying, like,
more control.
Yeah, more control over it, and maybe not have to use it so much. Okay. You know, but he might take more of a mentor role, I think, as well.
Maybe. Or I think what could end up happening is that he might just turn to Hulk for good.
Yeah.
And then he's the Hulk body, but with Bruce's with
brain.
Yeah.
Without
I think that might happen. I think that's actually what I'm predicting, is that he'll be the Hulk, but he'll be Bruce.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, some people think they might just split apart, because that's happened in the comics too, where you just have Bruce and just have the Hulk. I don't think that will happen.
Yeah.
Because we still have the problem that there can't be a Hulk movie.
Right.
So
you can't. Yeah.
I think he'll be around,
yeah.
but they might he might go hang out with Thor in whatever New Asgard is, and then hey, if you need me, call me type thing.
Yeah.
To justify him not always being around.
Yeah.
So, because he might I want to go fight some more. So I think he'll be around. He'll survive, but he'll chill with he'll chill with Thor. In the New Asgard. Okay. Ant-Man.
Yeah, I think Ant-Man will stick around.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I feel like we haven't explored, and I think we will in this movie. We haven't explored this quantum realm thing quite enough yet, and I do feel like we're going to get that. But I think that will open up a whole other can of worms where he's going to be important going forward in a few other ways. Oh,
I totally agree. I think he's coming back. Obviously, we're going to get the Wasp will probably come back too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think my prediction is that they're going to set up the quantum realm. Obviously, the quantum realm plays a part in this somehow, some way.
Yes.
Obviously, how to get out is a question, and how do they use it going forward. But I think whatever they do with it will open up whatever is going to happen in Ant-Man 3. Mm-hmm. And they're going to explore that more in that movie whenever that comes out with the Wasp. So, and with Janet and Hank investigating more in the quantum realm. So I think this is just going to open that door. Yeah. And then they're going to go through it in Ant-Man 3.
There's a lot more to explore there. With
absolutely.
That technology.
Absolutely. Now, let's go to Hawkeye.
I don't think Hawkeye's going to make it through.
We're in agreement on a lot of these things. I don't think he's going to come in through either.
What the heck, man?
Even though there's a rumor that he's going to get his own series on Disney Plus. The rumor is that that's going to be him training his daughter to take on the mantle of Hawkeye. And I think because my prediction is that his family got dusted, that's why he kind of has a darker edge to him.
He definitely, it's got that haircut. It's
well, he's supposed to take a different persona. I don't think they're actually going to use the Ronin persona. He's still going to be Hawkeye, but just with more of an edge, because he has nothing to live for, because all his family's going to die. So
I did get that just from the few moments that we saw him in the trailer. I was like, what happened to you? So he's like, what else is there? So he obviously too is going to make some kind of sacrifice so that he ensures that his family comes back. Almost like, well, if I do this, will my family come back? And they're probably like, then I'm willing to make that sacrifice so my family can come back. Yeah. And then his daughter will take up the mantle. And I think that series is going to show us how he trained her into becoming the new Hawkeye. So that way he can unfortunately be gone, but then he can still train his daughter. So we can get the best of both worlds. He can make a sacrifice to get her back because she got dusted, but then we can see all the work he did in training her so that she can become whoever she's going to be. If she's going to be called the new Hawkeye. So unfortunately, I think doesn't she have a name that's not that in the comics?
Well, no, she just pretty much is Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
So
maybe I'm thinking something else. I don't know.
But I'm sad again. I'll be sad to see John Miranda go in that sense. But if we get him in the limited series, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
All right. War Machine.
I don't know. He's never been at the forefront as a character for me or for anyone. So that I don't know. It's a hard one. I can see him biting the dust, but also I can see him sticking around. I don't know. You stop me on this one.
I'm gonna say sticks around. As again part of the team, the Avengers team. Also maybe taking care of Pepper in a sense. We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know what's going to happen there. We'll ask about Pepper in a sec.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think he'll stick around also, again, to shepherd in the new members in. So I think he will stick around.
Okay.
But if he were to go, it'd be fine.
Yeah, it would feel a little bit like a wasted death. Just because I don't know how really shook up everyone would be about it. So like, I don't know.
Well, especially because considering Tony. Well, another reason I think someone has to be around really to mourn Tony besides Pepper. I think Rhodey is the only person who could really mourn him.
Yeah.
Besides Pepper on the team, because if Cap's gonna be gone too, there's really only Rhodey he's really closest to. Okay. So I think for that reason he's gonna stick around.
Okay.
Nebula.
No. She's not gonna make it. I think she's gonna die. I think she clearly has this revenge that she needs to exact, and I think once she does that, she'll feel, vindicated, and then but it could be like a Thor thing too, or because she is like sort of like a robot, she could become something else in a way.
Maybe.
Or there's like a piece of her, like her brain that floats off into space, and she's still out there somewhere. I don't know. I feel like there's options for her, but I do feel that once she gets her revenge, or maybe like if Gamora comes back in some way, like then they'll have to trade places.
And that's my prediction. I think she'll make a sacrifice to make sure her sister comes back.
Yeah.
So I think her death will somehow bring Gamora back from the Soul Stone, which we'll talk about. Okay. So I think she will make a and I think somehow she'll get her cake and eat it too. That she'll get her revenge. Yeah. And she'll make a sacrifice to get her sister back. Yeah, and she'll have it all.
And I think she'll be okay with that too. Yes, I think once she has those things, she'll feel like she's ready to die. Yeah, because she really had a hard time there for a while, just growing up and with her sister, and I don't feel like she's gonna go forward with life. No, she's gone. Valkyrie. No, Valkyrie has to stay alive.
Yeah, I agree so too.
Because she's great, and because she was such a drunk in Ragnarok.
I love her.
No, her character is great, and she obviously had an arc in that movie. But I think they can take it further, and we can see it like keep going. Yeah. And once again, especially if Thor isn't really part of the picture anymore, there still has to be someone from that like universe.
Yeah, I hope she sticks around. She's part of the Avengers going forward. Yeah. And I'm also curious.
And also, she has to date Captain Marvel. I don't know if you've been online, but
I haven't with that. But
people are shipping them. Yeah.
Sure, why not? I don't care about that. That'd be interesting. But I'm just also curious to see what happened to her. Yeah. When Infinity War was going on, where did she go? What did she do? So hopefully we get an answer to that. But I think she'll stick around. Yeah. Going forward. And plus, I love Tessa Thompson, so hopefully she does. Yeah. Let's go to M'Baku.
Wait. Oh, M'Baku. Yeah. I would say yes.
Yeah, I agree too. I think he's gonna stick around. Mm-hmm. I also want to see, because I also want to see him in Black Panther 2 or whatever it's gonna be called.
Yeah, and once again, not all of Wakanda, but Black Panther. We don't know where Shuri is yet, but there still has to be someone to sort of.
Well, she didn't survive the dusting.
Did we see her get actually dusted?
No, but they've kind of confirmed that she got dusted.
Well, maybe she's just in hiding somewhere. Because she's smart. I do think that she transferred Vision over successfully. Yeah. Maybe... I don't know.
I think she did that too, and then he'll come back in some way, shape, or form by the end of the movie. Yeah, but she didn't survive the snap, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But I think M'Baku will survive the movie, so we can see more in Black Panther 2. And speaking of Black Panther 2, Okoye.
Wait, which one's that? I only saw it once.
Black Panther's bodyguard.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. People love her.
Yeah, I love her too.
People love her. They can't kill her.
She has great comedic timing, so I was...
Yes, and just those expressions.
Yes.
So good.
Like when Wanda came out, like she was up there the whole time.
Yeah.
Like why don't we have her fighting? Yeah. So I love her, and I'm just wanting to see more of her. And obviously when Black Panther comes back, he has to come back. I just want to see more of their dynamic.
Yeah, I think she'll make it.
All right. So we left the best for last, Thanos.
Oh. I don't think he's gonna die. I don't think so.
Neither do I.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's gonna die either.
I don't know what his fate is going to be, whether it's some sort of imprisonment or whether or not maybe he actually sees the error of his ways, or or he gets like lost in his mind a little bit, like maybe something with the reality stone, and he's just sort of trapped in this reality that isn't real, and sort of like a prison, but like a prison of the mind. I don't know, but I can't see him just like, getting punched and then he's dead. I can't see it ending that way.
Neither can I, and because they built him up so much.
Yeah.
The fact to see him die would be a little weird for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to see him die. I just want to see. Obviously, he's gonna get defeated.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily see him turning good.
No, not good.
But like, I have a change of heart. I don't see that. But
yeah.
I just don't see him dying. Unless the gauntlet destroys him, but
that would be too easy.
That would be too easy too. So I think he will survive.
Yeah.
Where they put him is another story. I think maybe Thor will imprison him in the new Asgard, and then that's a way for them to always bring him back. Which I think at some point somewhere down the road, I think he will come back. Mm-hmm. I think he might have a thing to do with the Eternals movie that they're working on. So he might tease that movie by him sticking around. So I think he will survive the end of the EndGame. Yeah. Which a lot of people will probably be weirded out at, like, the bad guy doesn't die, but the bad guy doesn't always have to die, he just has to be defeated. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they're powerful enough to kill him. Yeah. In my opinion. Even though Captain Marvel is very powerful, I just don't see, unless somehow they use the gauntlet against him, I don't see how they could kill him.
Right, and also, I don't think Thanos is the only threat here.
Oh, that's where we're going to go next.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow, how are we so in sync today?
Yeah.
Okay, well, say what you're going to say. And then...
Well, I was going to say, like, do we think he is going to bring back any of the past villains from the from older movies? Because it just can't be the Avengers fighting Thanos. We've seen that, been there, done that.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to get it again.
Yeah.
But it just can't be that. So is he going to bring back older bad guys?
I can see why it would be a 3-hour runtime if they were to do that, because then it just you just have 50 characters. It's like, I could see it happening, at least for a few.
I'm definitely thinking it's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna see, obviously he's not from the dead, but we're obviously gonna see the Red Skull again.
Yeah,
you didn't bring him back for
just
that
for
one
nothing.
scene.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see Hela again. I don't think she ever died.
Yeah.
At the end of Thor Ragnarok, but she's gonna come back. We're gonna see the Abomination. He never died. We're gonna see him come back. We're gonna see probably Malekith, but I don't really care about him. Mm-hmm. We're gonna see a lot of the older villains come back.
Yeah.
Just as part of the EndGame idea. So
I guess it fits with
because I think that's just gonna be like, who else besides Thanos is a threat now? Is people that they fought before. So I think he will bring a lot of them back.
So what I was actually gonna say is. My theory is that they're going to use some kind of Stark technology or the Time Stone or something else, and they're going to start going back in time to try to figure out what it is that they can do to stop this. Yeah, or the quantum realm. And it's interesting, in the synopsis of the film, they say something about how fragile their reality really is. Which makes me think that they're going to start messing up some things or changing some things as they go back in time. And they might actually make it a little harder for themselves here and there.
Maybe.
Because we see Tony with his blonde gray hair. Like, his hair is different. We see... Wanda,
her hair is different.
Yes, her hair is different.
Not Wanda, I'm sorry, Captain Marvel.
She's also wearing makeup. But that's another thing. I was going to say Black Widow. We see she has hair that's changed, so it kind of makes me think that I don't see it being completely linear in that way. She's just like, I just need to dye my hair now. Like, I feel like they're going to play with time, and that's going to actually become a problem in a couple ways for them.
It might, and it might be something that they have to solve in this movie, or might have ramifications going forward.
Exactly.
That's very interesting. Obviously, time travel is going to be involved somehow. With the quantum realm. Yeah. I'm saying more the quantum realm, not going to be the time stone. I was going to say the quantum realm. Do we think everybody who got snapped is in the Soul Stone?
I don't know if I think that. I don't not think that. I just don't know. Like, it really could... That was my initial thing that I thought. Yeah, when we watched the movie Infinity War and we were talking about it in our review, that was my initial idea. Yeah. Was like, okay, where could they be? So maybe you just have to break it, or...
I still think... I thought it then, I still think it now.
Yeah.
I think, especially when Thanos... at the end was talking to Child Gamora. I think that's in the Soul Stone. That's how he sees her.
Yeah.
And I think that's where everybody ends up going.
Yeah.
How they get out of there is another story. But I think everybody who got snapped, I think half the universe is in there. Yeah.
It could be the quantum realm too.
Maybe. We don't know, but I think they're in the Soul Stone, and they have to figure out how to get him out of there. But I think they're in there, and then that's part of the sacrifice Tony and Cap and Hawkeye and Nebula will have to make to get them out of there.
Yeah.
So, one more thing. Do we think Pepper is really going to end up being pregnant?
I think it would be a little too easy if that were the case. Like, it would feel a little bit too much like passing the torch in a way. But it also, if Tony doesn't make it, would carry like a much more emotional weight to it, and so that would be nice. I think it just depends on what happens with Tony, what choice that they made for whether or not she's pregnant.
I think she'll end up being pregnant because that's another way for Tony's legacy to live on.
Yeah.
Not just as a new Jarvis, just to have a son. I think it'll end up being a son. But I think that's just another way of Tony's legacy to continue.
Yeah.
The Stark name to continue.
Okay.
So, any other predictions you want to make? How many times do you think you have to go and use the bathroom?
Oh, well, I'm going to be drinking wine, so I'm going to have to go at least... I'm going to go twice. Two times.
2 times? Okay. All right, so we'll keep track of that.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, because I know I've just been kind of wrapped up in the internet, just kind of like looking at other people's...
I'm trying to avoid the internet because I don't want nothing ruined for me.
Yeah, because they did, there's spoilers.
There's a leak out there, and I don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
So... I'm trying to avoid it. I've been doing a good job so far, but I have to keep it up.
Well, I just want to bring up one thing, and that's Loki.
Okay.
I really want Loki to be alive, and I think we've talked about this during the review. We talked about this during some of our trailer reviews for EndGame as well. Yeah. I think Loki knew what he was doing when he tried to stab Thanos with a knife. He's smarter than that. I don't think he would have just done it and not know the consequences. Some people are saying that he and Doctor Strange somehow have communicated because they both pull up the stone in a similar way in their hands. And so they might be in cahoots. Also, some people are saying that Loki is back and that he has morphed. Is that the right word? No. He's wearing someone else's face, like Arya.
But whose?
Ant-Man's. At least for like a portion of it. I don't... Whatever. It's just stuff on the internet.
Of course.
But it's interesting to think about, hey, maybe he is actually posing as someone else and he's still around in some way. Okay. I don't know why or how, but...
our last prediction is, I think he's still dead. But I think we will see him again because I think part of their time travel journeys will bring them back to the first Avengers movie. So we will see him, and maybe that outcome is slightly changed.
Yeah.
But based on what they do, and that might change his outcome.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe he can be brought back because of what they do. So maybe he makes a different decision at that point with Thanos. Maybe, but I think we are going to see him again, and obviously we will see him in his limited series that they're going to do on Disney Plus. But even if they don't bring him back, that can take place anytime.
Yeah.
I would love to see it take place during the time when he was posing as Odin, but then that might have to bring Anthony Hopkins in, and he may not want to do it. But I would love to see him during that part because at that point he kind of won. He gets everything he wants. He's sitting on the throne, and he can do whatever he wants. So that would be kind of interesting to see him in that aspect. But whatever they do, I think we will see him. He will be in the movie.
Yeah.
Whether it's we see him from the past and that affects the present and the future, Who knows?
Yeah, and I think that when Doctor Strange was looking at all the different possibilities for what happened, that he astrally projected himself into these other realities to, like, warn them, or tell them, or talk to Loki, or do something. I do think that Doctor Strange has played a larger role than we think that he did in preemptively striking in a way before he dusted.
Well, I keep saying last thing. One last thing. Do we think the characters that got dusted, will they have any effect on what happens in this movie?
I mean, yes, because I can't see them just. That's the end of the movie. Like, oh, everybody's back now. I feel like that's going to get solved somewhere at the end of the second act, maybe.
Or the third act.
Well, at the end of the third act, the movie will be over.
No, but I think they're part of the third act. I think.
Right. Yeah.
I think,
so, like, at the end of the second act, where they're like, "Hey, you're all back," or maybe they have their own journey that they're trying to wherever they are.
That's a good point.
Their own goal that they're trying to achieve to try to either get out of there or mess up Thanos in some way, and they just don't know. Yeah. They don't connect until the end. But.
I mean, I think Tony. Everybody's sacrifice is to get them out, and once they do that, I think they will play a big part in taking care of Thanos and whoever's left going forward. So I think they will play a part.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think that's one of the reasons why when we see the trailers for Far From Home, he's looking. Peter looks at his suit and is like, "Dude, I need a break." Because not only was he dusted, he probably had to do something, like, obviously Iron Man's not there anymore, he had to probably fight, he's like, dude, I just need a break. So I think him and everybody else who got dusted will play a part in the final battle.
Yeah.
If it's with Thanos or whoever else is going to be there. So I think, yes, they will play a role. And will we cry when Stan Lee's cameo happens? Because they're saying now that this is the last one.
Oh.
So I think they shot one for Far From Home, but I think they're just gonna say, you know what? Let's just have his last one be in EndGame.
That's gonna be sad.
It is going to be sad.
I probably won't cry.
I predict that everybody will clap. So that's everything we want to talk about. Yeah. What do you guys think? What are your predictions?
Yes.
Let's start the conversation. Where do you think it's gonna happen? Box office wise, are you gonna see it multiple times opening weekend? Who's going to live? Who's going to die? Let's start it going. We don't have a lot of time before EndGame.
So do it now!
So do it now. Let's so you could say you were right. And if you put in the comments and you were right, we'll call you out and say you were right. Or if you were wrong, we'll say...
We'll call you out and say you were wrong.
Or if we were wrong, I don't have a problem saying I was wrong.
Yes.
But I will tell you if I was right. So let's start the conversation below. Also, like, subscribe, do all those great things. Make sure to hit that notification bell, because when the movie does come out, we will do a review on the movie and maybe another predictions about what that movie means going forward after Far From Home before they announce it. So you can look forward to those things upcoming as well.
Yes.
So we are looking forward to that. But until then, I'm Sean.
I'm Alex.
And the EndGame is coming, guys.